And gals, we are now in the third of 4 weeks of the pre-competitive part of the season. As we talked about, these are the hardest workouts of the season for two reasons. One, you guys are ready to do this kind of stuff. From everything we did to set up with all the shorter rest type of things, you now have the ability to buffer some of this acid, neutralize the acid with the things that we've stored. Your aerobic system is strong enough to push it back. You are physically fit enough to do these workouts now. Okay, so you're able to do that. And we need these to be the hardest workouts because in 2 to 4 weeks are when the most important meets are. So when we start getting into the competitive season, when we start doing less things like the repetitions and everything, all we're doing is letting the fatigue fall off because we don't have 2 to 4 weeks then, therefore we can't have full adaptation, right? Now is when we are directly impacting what we will do performance-wise at districts, regions, and states right now. That's why these are so critically important to be high intensity. Later on, the fatigue just falls off. You get about an extra 1 to 3% of improvement, and it's not really because improved fitness, it's just that the fatigue is falling off, okay? Does that make sense to everybody why these are so intense now?
Yes.
Okay? These are going to be 8 to 9 minutes of rest, which means these are basically repetitions. You guys heard me say intervals versus repetitions. What's the difference? Intervals, incomplete recovery, okay? When you do, say, a 1200 with equal work to time on, you are not fully recovered by the second one, right? That's an interval. Today, you will almost feel as close as fresh after 9 minutes as you would have been on the first one, which means we can make all of these what? Fast, intense. All of them are gonna be close to our absolute highest capabilities because the acid's gonna drain out in about, it's more like 10 minutes, but we're almost there. So we can get high quality work in here. Does that make sense to everybody how this all stacks up? Somebody had a question, Matt.
Matt always has a question.
These help you? Why do these help you guys? Speed. Not speed.
The last, the speed of the last moment of the race.
At this workout, what are we trying to be able to buffer? Acid. We need to be able to, on the final push, be totally fatigued across the finish line. We've talked about this. The idea of that touching the stove, right? Every time you touch it, it's gonna burn you. From now until you touch that stove every day for a year, it's still gonna burn you. Oven mitts around your cells so that they do not get the super fatigue because we keep the pH level somewhat balanced. Those of you guys that have already taken chemistry, right? Lactic acid drops the body pH. We store things like sodium bicarbonate in the cells when we do this type of work because your body's like, uh-oh, this sucks. When we were doing those ones with 2 to 3 minutes, okay, and they really hurt, and now afterwards we're kind of fine, it's because we have the ability to buffer that acid. That's the whole point of this, okay? So that when other people in the middle of the race are maybe like, oh man, I can't push through, I've got jelly leg feeling, and they're just trotting at the end, and we outkick people at the end, that's from things like this. Along with things like the fly 30s that we've also done, but this allows us to stay less fatigued at the end of the race because we can neutralize the acid. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
yes.
That's why I was confused on like how the more rest.
I'm ready for this.
If we did these with more rest earlier on, they would be so intense that we had the potential to injure ourselves. If we had them at the beginning, if the first time we came out we gave ourselves 10 minutes rest, the acid level would get so high because they're so intense and you would not be able to neutralize them that you'd be wiped out for weeks. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Any other questions? All right, then let's get this started.
Hey, never mind.
Go!
Psych! Remember, stay on the right. Acorns. You're right here, right here.
All right, keep them that intense. Set, go.
Hey Coach TV, welcome to Special Endurance, where I absolutely destroy Matt swimmers on every rep.
He said 5.
He said 5. Oh.
Go! I false started.
How you doing, bud? How you doing? Wait for you dial. Wait for you dial.
$45. Come on, now. Stop! Huh? Keep going. Okay, let's see if this can be your money rep, okay? Come on, how was that rep? Great. You two girls, how was it?
Let me get to you.
One of these ones you're gonna get me up. You just let me hang in.
I thought you went this.
No, I went like this. There we go. Huh?
I can hear my name from miles away.
Yeah?
All right. There's a good possibility that it might be. Let's make it.
This is why, Jerry, don't start me all the way over here.
Every time.
I'm on the concrete.
Set, go!
Is he gonna run up front with you guys? I'm not catching anyone. Yeah.
Jared, how was that? Pretty good. Just finished our 60-second Special Endurance 2 intervals. Went very well. We're looking forward to counties this Thursday.
Tell me how your legs feel versus like how these when we started doing these.
So my legs feel a lot better ever since we started doing these, just because we are able to buffer the acid a lot more during these reps since the first time. So we're definitely improving.
So, I mean, last race, what would you say was your one weakness, Jared?
I would say my one weakness is probably just being able to give all I got at the end. Of course, the circumstances weren't really that good as far as like the course, but definitely just that kick at the end, which we're really trying to improve here.
And you think this is gonna help you on that, what we just did?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's gonna help us buffer the acid a lot more. So we're able to kick on that last 400.
All right, we'll see you guys next to counties. I'll tell you afterwards. What?
You've only done
Yeah, so if you said one more than the money rep would mean 6.
I said one more than the money rep.
Coach, why GoPro it if you're gonna be in the
So
lead?
it was basically our money rep. If you think about it, we're already done with this one. So the next one.
Keep going. All right.
Technically, we're just at home by now.
Is that flashing? Okay, all right. Let's get this. Meet. Brooke is cheating. She's in front of the line. Just like on that archery game. Set!
I can't wear like long shorts like this on these days, dude.
You're the worst one here. So you're really
Hey, Manny got the camera. It's money rep.
It's probably not money rep.
Coach said I get the camera on money rep.
Make sure Stanley doesn't cut the course.
He said this is money rep?
That's why he gave me the camera. I said I want money rep. I want camera on money rep.
Oh my god, I should have rat.
Manny, where you at?
I turn it on. See?
When is he gonna say stop?
Oh, that hurt my back. That hurt my back so much.
How do I turn this off? Yeah.
You guys in school?
Yeah.
Cool. Why does he have you running barefoot?
Huh?
Why does he have you running barefoot?
It actually helps your rope. It helps your running economy and makes it like more natural. The more natural it helps you push off with your toes more. So that way we can go faster.
Yeah, I like that. Good stuff, guys.
Thank you, sir. That dude was chill. I know. He probably thinks coach is insane.